Hey, what's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate 2 Reviews, and it feels like forever since I've done a Makita video. It's funny because I kind of started this channel doing Makita tool reviews, and well, unfortunately, you know, in the past year or so, Makita really hasn't released much of new tools at all, and unfortunately, they haven't really done much of sales either, so that's kind of why I haven't seen too much Makita on the channel. But I want to start doing more videos on Makita, of course. I love Makita tools. If you were in my garage, you'd see that it's the majority of what I have is Makita tools. I got a bit of Hercules, a bit of Metabo HBT as well, too. But I want to do this video, guys, on some of the Makita tools that I've used in 2025 here, as we, of course, near the end of the year, that I use pretty heavily now. I'm actually quite surprised how useful they are, and I'm trying to exclude things like drills and impacts and recip saws, stuff that I use kind of all the time anyways, and there's not really been, you know, any crazy new stuff that come out with those type of tools anyways. So the two tools that I've been using actually surprisingly a lot recently that I haven't really used in the past are going to be these right here. I've got a cutoff tool, which of course if you're into Walter Milwaukee, I'm sure you've seen these before. One of the things I've always heard with these tools is to not buy the 12-volt versions of these things because they are quite underpowered. I'd say even the 18-volt versions like this one is a bit underpowered too. This thing does get stuck kind of easily. You can see that the motor housing here is not necessarily that big. Oh, I forgot to read the model number of this thing too. This is the XCM01. Yeah, of course, these things are not cheap. I just wait until I can find one used on eBay. Is kind of what I do for a lot of my Makita tools. Because that's the one big downside of Makita stuff, is it's very, very expensive. If you've never priced out buying, you know, like a full set of Makita tools, you'll find the impacts and the drill kits usually somewhat reasonable, but you start tacking on the extra cool stuff you might need, you know, like a recip saw, cutoff tool, maybe a grinder or a jigsaw. That stuff can add up really, really quick because there's usually not a lot of deals on those. But anyways, though, on the cutoff tool, I've been using this thing just like crazy. It's kind of almost replaced my grinder for doing any type of metal cutting because this thing is just so handy. It really gets into every little spot super, super well. It's got a forward and reverse, so depending on if you're trying to get in like an angle like this into something, you can change that direction of the blade so the sparks go away from you. I love how easy that is. That is really, really cool. My only complaint about this tool was I wish it would have had more power, and I wish the safety switch, which is on the left side, I wish that was also on the right side too, because sometimes you're working like this, and you're like, okay, I can get my thumb over here, but I can't really get my hand over to here to hit that safety switch. So I wish that safety switch was on both sides. Would be really awesome there. But other than that, I picked up some blades, some Sally blades, I guess. I'll put a link in the description, guys. You want to check these out. These have not let me down. I never once had one explode. I think I've burned through probably 10 of these now, and they've been holding up really, really well. Overall, this tool I think has been super handy working on my little Tacoma project this year, and of course the mini bike project this year, cutting off little things in tight to reach places. This tool has been completely invaluable, and I can definitely see myself buying another one of these if this thing ever breaks really quickly. This thing have warranty left, yeah, till about midway through 2026. I got the warranty left on this thing, so that's not too bad. Also, the other tool I've been using surprisingly a lot, which I know you're thinking, oh, it's just a light, right? Well, yeah, it is just a light, but it's got the flood and spotlight on here. I finally bought one that is for Makita. I've used that Milwaukee one for forever. I think it's called the Milwaukee Searchlight. That's what it's called. That thing is a pretty awesome tool. Pros and cons, I did a video comparing this one to the Milwaukee. They're both very, very similar. You can't really go wrong with either one, of course. The Milwaukee one does have a 5-year warranty, where this is only a 3-year warranty. And then this one, depending on your usage, really, that's all it's really going to matter. You can definitely see that this one, you know, has been taking a beating. The majority of the videos you see me doing, if I'm working on anything, this is what's lighting it up. Pretty much this thing is in everything. This thing will burn through batteries faster than you think. It does, you put out a ton of light. Even though it is LED, it's not necessarily super efficient, just because this thing just puts out so much light. I bought this thing, I think I bought this thing used on eBay. I don't think it was brand new in the box, but I've definitely put a good amount of use. This is the DML 8112, unfortunately out of warranty already. It was made in 2021, so warranty ended sometime in 2024. But again, a lot of these lights, especially the LED ones, if you get the halogen ones, those usually die pretty quick, but the LED ones, ones seem to last quite a long time. So that's kind of the two Makita tools that I've been using really heavy this year. You can definitely see by just the amount of wear on these things, and I do take care of my tools. I do like to clean them off every once in a while, so I don't like to have them looking, just I like to keep my tools very organized, very clean, so when I do need to jump into a big project, which we all have, some emergency repair. I had to fix the skylight on my RV last week, and that was kind of a pain in the butt. Didn't really know how to do that too quick, but I had to go and do it, and I have all the tools laid out, clean, ready to go, so that's kind of my mindset there. But of course, these are the two tools I use for Makita this year that I'm like, you know what? I've been using these things so heavy, I should do a video on these, and guys, I'll put a link in the description if you want to check them out there. But guys, what are your tools this year using that you've been surprised you're getting a lot of use out of this year? Let me know in the comments below. Love to hear what you guys are using. And of course, we're getting into the holiday season, so you're like, hey, I want to get some more Makita tools this year. We'll see what we have for deals going into 2026. Expect to see those this year. I would say it's hard to really estimate because every year they've kind of come out like a week or two earlier than the year before. So you can't be like, oh yeah, it's always after Thanksgiving. I would say right after Halloween, actually. I would say even in late October this year, I think we're going to start seeing those deals just hit as fast as possible this year. It used to be just after Thanksgiving. I think we're going to see it just after Halloween this year. I think that's when we're going to see the best deals kind of come really quick. And last year was kind of interesting because we did not see any deals change in that course. Usually by late December, just before Christmas, they might throw a couple of deals out there to kind of spice it up a little bit. They did not do that last year. So I think we're going to see some kind of reasonable Makita deals this year. And they'll be out pretty early. So good news for us, maybe a little bad news there. We're probably not going to see really awesome deals that we did in years past, but at least we're probably going to see some Makita deals, which are usually like the only Makita deals of the year. So guys, that's all I've got for you. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care. Stay safe out there.